All right, welcome back to the CRMK Ranch. My name is Mike, and today we're putting ballast in the rear tires of the Mahindra tractor, which is back up and running again. So when we bought this tractor, like I said, it was the price was almost too good to be true, and it supposedly had all this ballast in the rear tires. The Navy's here today flying. That's all that noise in the background. I'd rather have the tail hook guys here than the Army rotor ring guys. No offense, Army. But anyway, I want to go ahead and start adding some antifreeze. See that antifreeze changing that color. So I just add the antifreeze to the water as it's going in, or you can put the antifreeze in first. And now I just got the garden hose running, and we're going to show you what happens. It's going to get to a point where those bubbles, you're not going to see them anymore going down the tube, because ironically the water that's going in the tire is going to start to pressurize the tire to the point where it won't accept any more water. We're talking probably 1/10 of a psi. But see, right now the bubbles are already starting to slow down, and what'll happen is the water will start backing up in the funnel, and you can see right now it's already backing up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut the water off without spraying myself. See, I only have it going that much. That's all the faster I got it turned on. Let me get rid of this hose. I'm just going to leave it running, and then I'm going to take the funnel off of my little wire here, and listen to this. So just that little bit of pressure is what was holding this thing up from. And I just put the hose back in there. Oops, sorry, Sammy, didn't know you were there. And you see now it's flowing really good. So I positioned the valve stem at about, I don't know, 1 o'clock on the tire. Get a better view out here. So that's the level where I want, I want the water to be across, and I'll make a mark right here. See it? So almost even with the top of the rim for now. And we'll see how that does lifting up a round bale. See, we store these round bales. That's peanut hay, and depending upon where you buy it and how tight they roll it, those suckers can be pretty damn heavy. Grass hay, not much better. I get the wind kicking up here now. I think we're getting ready to get a little squall blow through. But anyway, stick with me. We'll get through this. All right. So you see my funnel's overflowed. I'm going to disconnect it. And you see it's blowing air out. And what I've noticed is the fuller the tire gets with fluid, in this case water, the less time in between burpings that you have to do. So I can do this with one hand here. So now it's flowing again. So as the fuller that tire gets, the less air volume that's in it. You might be wondering what's holding the tractor up while I'm filling this deflated tire. I put 2 jack stands underneath the rear axle housing, and that's doing a pretty good job of supporting the weight of the tractor. This tire here is still inflated. This one is deflated, and obviously the water is still going in. All right, so now I'm noticing when I disconnect it at the bottom of the funnel and I burp it, I'm starting to get a little fluid with my air. So it's getting real close to being full. This left tire is full of fluid, not full, but more than 3/4 full. And I serviced it up to 28 psi, which is what it calls for. Now, we've always had trouble with this tire losing air, and we never really could find out where it was coming from. Well, the beauty about filling your tire full of water, you can see right here that the previous owner has put a plug in the sidewall, which I don't know about you guys, but everywhere where I've always been, all the tire shops and such, they've always said never ever 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 put a plug in the sidewall of a tire. You could go maybe to here, like right where the tread ends, but not on the sidewall. So I'm going to have to address this issue. I guess I'll just have to put this on the top, because not only is it leaking the water out, it's leaking my antifreeze out. We'll fix this here in a minute. I'll try another plug. If not, I'm going to have to take this tire into town and have a proper patch put on it. And like I said before, I just hope that they'll even put a patch on the sidewall. But since it's an ag application and I am in South Alabama, it's probably a pretty good bet that they'll do just that. Alright. Well, I didn't film it, but I rotated the tire up to the top to where there was no liquid, and I committed the cardinal sin. I know there's some of you out there that are going to post in the comments you should never put a plug on top of a plug, but I used to operate a skid steer, and I took those tires in to have the guy try to find out where it was leaking from, and he dismounted the tire, and there was probably 40 plugs in that tire. Granted, it was on a skid steer, but there was plugs on top of plugs in that tire as well. This is just an ag operation here. It's not going to go faster than about 10 miles an hour. Tire's only got 28 psi in it, and it's 3/4 full of fluid, so I don't think anything's going to happen. Knock on wood. But the good news is my leak has stopped. So now I'll continue on to the other side. Alright, I've moved over to the other side. I got the large valve core out. My hose is hooked up. The tire's been completely deflated. It's supported from underneath. And now here goes the antifreeze. Well, as you can see, we're almost full. This one's slowing down quite a bit. So there'll be a few more burps on the right side, and this tire should be full. All right, well, our ballast project for the rear tires of this tractor is completed now. I've got, I don't know, maybe 100 gallons in each tire. I don't really know what the capacity is, but I can tell you one thing for sure, it's heavy. And it didn't take a lot to do. So 2 gallons of antifreeze. We were able to pick it up at Tractor Supply for like $13 for a gallon of concentrated. One in each tire, then some 1/2-inch ID Tygon tubing, a zip tie, and a funnel. And you just let the garden hose run in there and fill it up. Got to burp it, you know, a couple times while it's filling up. And hey, you know, it's cheap. You know, you don't have to buy windshield washer fluid or rim guard or beet juice. Guys put beet juice in these things because it doesn't freeze. Or peanut oil they put in there. Can you imagine how expensive that is? Down here in the South, probably not so expensive, but other places it's probably pretty expensive. So our project's done, and it didn't cost us very much money at all. You know, just less than 20 bucks or, you know, per tire. And I think we did a good job. So, damn roosters. But I can't wait to pick up a peanut bale with it and see how stable it is now. All right, thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful.